Debrecen, in Debrecen. He completed his neurology residency at the JFK Institute and is now associated with University of Maryland in private practice in Maryland, and he'll be speaking to us on When There's No Neurologist, the 2019 Medical Mission Report in Liberia. Dr. Zumo.
Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's my second trip here. I was here last year. This year we went to Liberia and we decided to target epilepsy because there was a report in 1983 by Dr. Gadusek that there is an epilepsy belt in Liberia. But we were intrigued and trying to understand why that was so. There were many factors that we saw, and we decided to just take a look and present to you what we saw this year. We were in August for about 3 weeks. So there were three things that we can piece out from here is that there is a public health aspect, about physical and biochemistry aspect. I will give a little more detail as we go about. Liberia is of 4.5 million people. The size is about 70% larger than Hungary, and it's half the population. But we have a very significant problem with the health sector planning policy, and I think that contributed to most of these diseases that we see, especially epilepsy. Liberia is located about 4 degrees above the equator, and longitude is 7 degrees. It has 4 different relief belts: coastal, dissected, northern highland, and rolling hills. 2.5 week period, we saw 403 patients who had neurological diseases, and 89% of these were epilepsy. Because it was skewed, we made 10 months of pre-mission radio announcements by our team on the ground, and what we saw, 35% of these patients were children, aged 15 to 18 months. There is a poor access to anticonvulsant. There is just lack of political will in the health sector planning. We saw instances of premature deaths, intellectual regression, psychomotor retardation, profound disability. I would predict about 30%, estimated that 30% of the patients had comorbid depression as well, that was not being treated at all. There is one psychiatrist in the country who is an expert. There are no neurologists. Liberia had never had a neurologist since 1847. I'm the only neurologist trained in that country, and it's trained Hungary, thanks to Hungary for helping us out in that direction. We have clustering of patients. We found that there were these patients, there was severe stigma associated with epilepsy. It is so terrible that these patients are ostracized and sent out, and people some commit suicide, and we don't know the number. But more tragic was that the kids in school, once they have an epileptic episode, they will be sent away from home, from school, and they will stay for like 2-3 months. As a result, the kids were like 6th grade levels behind their peers. You will see kids 14 years old in grade 1. Yeah, and I mean, it's just all over the place. And then this again, I said that this is Gabriel's work that helped us guide our direction of interest. There's a video on our website. I'll give that to you later on. You can follow our work and the videos and all like that. I did not have it loaded for here. According to what we saw, there were only 2 anticonvulsants available in Liberia: Tegretol and phenobarbital, if at all one is available. There are no drug levels checked because they don't have the laboratory capacity to do so. So it's just a clinical intuition. According to the World Health Organization and World Federal Neurology, for the same population of people, 100,000 people, there are 4.8 neurologists per country in Europe, whereas in Africa it's 0.03. That brings to 161 neurologists to 1 for the same population. So you can realize how terrible the situation is. There are 23 countries in Africa that have no neurologists. Liberia was one until I signed up with them 2 years ago, and so it's not down to number two. But I'm based here. We're trying to do a clinic in Liberia as well, so back and forth. But there is just a very terrible understanding of what healthcare and all this stuff is with neurologists and all those specialties. What we found that the epilepsy incidence is 81 per 100,000 in less developed countries, 45 per 100,000 according to the literature. And mortality of epilepsy in Western countries is 2 to 3 times the general population. I would say about 8 to 9 times the same in Africa based on the lack of neurologists and proper care. Most of these patients we saw before we got there were treated by other nurse practitioners or family medicine practitioners. The causes, the implicated risk factors for epilepsy in Liberia are cerebral malaria, its sequelae, cysticercosis, meningitis, and pseudocytosis. That's bilharzia is called in the old term, breath trauma and traumatic brain injury. We said that we need to address this in a holistic way, and what gave us an idea was that we went to 3 angles of the belt. There were some people who had the systemic manifestation of bilharzia, called Katayama fever and skin rash, and the others had the urinary form where they had blood in the urine. And with those put together, we figured that this has gives us an indication that bilharzia is a very important cause of epilepsy in Liberia, but it's never been discussed or stressed because there have been no real studies. So here we have a great opportunity for research in public health, intervention, post-intervention, epidemiology, and even the biophysics and biochemistry, which I will talk about a little bit later on. CAT scan is virtually unavailable in Liberia. It was instituted recently by the Chinese in the rural area about 200 miles away from the capital city. One CAT scanner was instituted, so it just took a few patients. We now have 2 in the capital city, but overall, I would say less than 1% of the patients with epilepsy had ever had a CAT scan. So I think the approach to this is to really have a national policy on CAT scan being available to all patients. The cost of CAT scan, single CAT scan for a patient in Liberia is $125. MRI is $305. These are in the private hospitals. There are 2 private hospitals that has those. So it's just, we think in a way that if we have a CAT scan as mandatory in other countries, we'll triage these patients and see who needs further intervention in terms of antiparasitic medication, surgery, and all like that. So another phenomenon that we saw was that in the coastal state of Buchanan, which is the southernmost part of the country, there were patients who clearly and distinctly said that their epilepsies will occur when the full moon sets up. And they use that as a means that when it's full moon, they don't go to school, they don't go to work, because the stigma of epilepsy is there, and so they will have the seizures, and so they will be able to struggle on the next day. And I did a lot of research and see there's an association with the full moon and seizures. There's a lot of controversy. One is called moonstruck, and we are looking at the evidence of what we call the perigee. It's called perigee syzygy, which is what astronomers say when there is a full moon, is alignment of the moon, sun, and the earth. And we don't know whether there is an association with that, but the literature is not really clear. But I think it's something that demands some research to really put that to rest truly unfolded that whether there is an association, because we know the high tide and low tide because of the moon phases. So it's something I think anthropologists will be interested in looking at and see whether there's a good number of population in that region that we can use as that we can study further. And then out of 20% of these patients said that epilepsies were at night. So that helped them to be good during the day, so they go to school, go to work. And this I saw in the patients who had epilepsy for more than 5-6 years. And so these are just opportunities for research that I'm highlighting. There is the study of the clock gene, which is a transcription factor critically important in the genomics of circadian rhythms, which has been found to have, if it's delayed in the accessory neurons, they become such a threshold. And there's a clock and the BML1 transcription factors, which I think we can look at in these some of these patients and see if there is a circadian rhythm association with their seizures, which would be interesting from a research point of view. Now, one thing that's prevailing in Liberia is that the doctors that I talked to at the big transferal hospital and the other local rural hospitals said that it is the food that the patients eat that cause them to have seizures, especially the tuber called cassava. Cassava is manioc, has a significant degree of cyanide, but cyanide when the process is eliminated. But for some reason, they have this notion that is causing, and they advise these patients not to eat this food, which is their basic food. Now, this is eaten all over the world, and the seizure frequency is not increased, so that hypothesis is untenable. But we need to really put this to rest by just preparing the food, getting the cyanide content, how it's prepared, and really see. And I discussed with him that cyanide poisoning is not an easy disease problem to deal with, because the patient will be comatose, encephalopathic, seizure. If they survive, they have residuals. So just saying cyanide causing this, that is really not, it doesn't really happen at all. But they were very firm, they were adamant that that was the case. So this next year we are going to really put some science to this and really prove that they have to look at something else, most likely infection etiology, and then the biochemical that they are discussing and really hold true to their own idea. I don't know why. So that's on the biochemistry of cassava root, yes, allergen, linamarin, and lotostaurin, which are naturally occurring glucosides. But they have an enzyme which liberates the hydrogen cyanide. So when it's prepared, that takes away much of the cyanide, and almost 90% of that. I would know the cyanide mechanism to the transport chain and the effects of these. So basically, just to conclude that the epilepsy diagnosis and treatment library is poor. This gives us an idea about the overall public health problem in the country. And I think we will try to make a dent when we establish a clinic there, or we will engage them with research, especially with infectious disease and parasitology, to really put really some of these things firmly, and we can move on to others, bring some relief to these patients who are suffering the social matter. It's a video clip. I couldn't load it here, but we made 2 videos, one on our mission, and then we have the epilepsy awareness video as well. So the references here, those who want to follow our work can follow us at www.cndlib.org. The number 1A reference there. That's what we post most of our work, and we get information from other people so that we can try to bring some relief to those patients with epilepsy in Liberia. Thank you.
So my great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, who is not just our